and then buffer a fully horizontal sidestep to the left. It turns out that this method is extremely lenient. This is also when doing a blooperless race in Rico Harbor episode 2 was starting to become standard. It had been known for years that this could be theoretically faster, but no one had good enough movement until 2016 for it to really save time. Oh, and by the way, this run was a new record.
Yes! Yes! Dude, it took 3 days. How did this happen already?
It's always exciting to watch Nindide play any percent when he gets a run going because of the strats that he goes for. It can make it more difficult to finish runs, but when he's nailing all the tricks, it can result in some seriously impressive records. Dide knew that he had the potential to get the record because his previous PB lost a ton of time to luck in EYG, but when a run came around that had good purple bill luck, he knew he had to clutch it out. So clearly, Bouncy Boy was getting a great deal of competition again, and he had to do something about it. After messing up the GPS setup and getting a bad pattern on Pianta Village episode 1, this run seemed like it was curtains, but something drove B-Boy to persevere. From what I've noticed, Bouncy is one of the most momentum-based SMS runners ever. When he's playing well, he will generally continue to keep playing out of his mind. When he's playing poorly, he'll tend to make some questionable mistakes.
Oh my goodness!
In this run, however, he wasn't even fazed by his poor early game.
Hey, did it.
But he wasn't quite satisfied with his time.
As I said early in the run, this run sucks. I'll get 115, hopefully tomorrow. Oh, actually, I can't play for the next few days.
People were certain that 115 would spell the death of SMS any percent, if only because the amount of luck throughout the run made so much of an impact on top players. Conveniently, in the summer of 2016, Zelpiku Kirby found some really useful stuff in regards to early Yoshi go round. Previously, this trick was always performed in episode 2 because there's a door you can clip through, and additionally, bullet bills that can be used as platforms. But what if I told you that there is an alternate way to perform this skip in episode 3 that doesn't rely heavily on luck and is faster than the usual method? Well, Zelpiku found just such thing. He discovered that if you create platforms at just the right height and sidestep under them with Yoshi, you can clip through objects. In episode 3, you have to utilize the tiny Soren stews. Here's how it works. You eat a durian with Yoshi and throw a papaya through the doorway for later use. Then lure 2 of the Soren stews over to the side of this doorway and use one of them to clip into the wall. The reason you can't simply walk through the doorway is that it contains the loading zone to the park. Once you've clipped into the unloaded park, you lure the other stew towards the invisible wall. Spray the stew with a properly aligned angle, eat the papaya that you threw into the doorway, and ride the platform to the Yoshi go round. This method was super useful not only in saving a bit of time, but also removing the stupid amount of luck that went into the previous method. Using pin a 3 EYG, which was coined 3YG, B-Boy managed to get a new record with the run that had an extremely slow time out of early Bianco.
Unbelievable, dude. 3:14 segment. This run's great. Jesus. Hey! 1:16:08. This run had a 17-minute Bianco 5. Are you fucking kidding me?
SMS was on the cusp of seeing a 115 completion, and Bouncy Boy, Tobo, and Ndide all had the potential to get it. The strats that top players could go for to save 1 to 2 seconds were getting pretty ridiculous. I would like to reiterate just how crazy Ndide is. He will truly go for whatever it takes to be a little more optimal than everyone else. And this is the turning point at which all of that patience with going for the best strats really started to pay off for him. The final strat that I would like to formally talk about in this video is the fastest cycle that humans can go for in Noki Bay episode 6, the Shell Secret. Referred to as Ham Cycle, it's possible to go fast enough in the first section to actually reach the side of the green peg on the spinning block, as seen in this IL from 2015 by Pyroshade. No one would even think of going for this strat outside of IL attempts. Except for Nindide. On July 23rd, Nindide got the first ever 115 in Sunshine any percent. But in his eyes, there was still much more potential for improvement. Considering that 3YG was a thing, and luck was no longer an issue in Pennant Park, he was only scraping the surface of how low he could push his time. After achieving 115.54, Nindide was already saying that 114 was possible. People laughed at him, but little did everyone know that Dide was about to prove him wrong.